How's it going? I'm Tom Henwood with Mainline Overland. I'm here with Craig Davidson from James Baroud. We're going to talk a little bit about our new line, new to MLO anyway, our line of James Baroud off-road tents. Craig's going to tell us a little bit about what makes James Baroud tents different and a really possibly great option for your off-road. So talk to me a little bit about James Baroud tents, Craig. What makes them different?
Well, first start, they've been making tents for over 40 years.
Okay.
Soft shell, 40 years. Hard shell, they started about 20, 25 years ago. There's a couple different things that makes these tents different than other hard shell tents. Is of course the gel coat fiberglass, which you can get in 3 colors: black, white, or gray. But you also have the option of getting it to color match your vehicle.
Okay.
So that's a really great option if they
Nice.
do that. The integrated track system underneath. That way you get that low profile. So, you don't want your vehicle that's setting high to begin with, or a smaller vehicle with a real high roof rack under with a tent on to make it even higher yet. So that keeps for a low profile also. It comes with a fan, solar powered fan, all the tents do. Another option, great thing here is this baffle right here. That is if you're camping and it gets wet, and it's raining out when you're camping and you have to get home, you can close the tent. While you're driving down the road, air will circulate through there and help dry the tent, but yet it's baffled so it keeps dust out. So it's a really great thing. So, dusty road jacket, tent full of dust.
Nice. Yeah, I really like this integrated system. You can see inside here, you've got the fiberglass and you have the extrusion sitting inside the fiberglass. So this is going to allow it to sit lower on the vehicle if you want to cut down on wind resistance, things like that.
Exactly.
So what tent do we have here exactly? What is
Right
this
here we have the Evasion.
Okay.
That's a box style one.
Okay. And by box style, what do you mean by box?
All 4 corners will go up.
Okay, so it's sort of a straight up pop.
Exactly, yeah. They have the wedge style, the Discovery and the Extreme.
Sort of like the angle.
It's just an
type.
angled type,
Right.
yeah. And then you have these, of course, the Explorer and the Evasion, and a Grand Raid that are the box style. And then you have, James Baroud has one that nobody else makes. It's called the Space. That's kind of a hybrid between the two. You're going to get 20 inches of room in the front, and then the 52 inches of headroom in the back.
Okay.
So they're the only ones that manufacture that tent. So it's kind of like another option here if you still want the headroom and the footroom also.
So that's a wedge that has an increasing space in the top, in the front.
Yes,
Awesome.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let's get this guy popped up. Let's
Okay.
deploy it and let's see what it looks like inside. So,
All right.
so how do we start with this? We start with the back here.
Yeah, when you deploy the tents, you always do the back first, and then you go to the front. So that's you always got to make sure you do the back of it first. The reason why is you don't want to put a lot of stress on these side latches here, so always open the back first.
Cool, because the other latches are up front, right?
They're up front.
All right,
yes,
cool.
exactly.
Well, let's open up the latches and take a look. We got a little sort of like locking pin here, right?
Yes, that locking pin, it's spring loaded. And one of the good things about that spring loaded pin is you could take it out if you wanted to. Comes
This
right
little
out.
pin here?
Yeah, and when you have it, then you can get a lock then and put a lock in there to lock your tent.
Oh, very cool.
That way your tent's locked.
And James Baroud makes a lock for that?
No, you can get any
You
lock
can
that goes
basically
through there.
anything that would go
Anything
through
that
that.
goes through there, you
Makes
can
sense.
lock your tent.
All right, cool. So we have the front, or we have the back here, and so this is going to start to rise a little bit. We need to get the front up too.
Once we get that up there a little bit, and go to the front.
Okay, got that one. Cool. So it has gas struts inside, I assume, some way
Yes.
of popping that up.
Yep.
So
There's a gas strut system in there. And what I normally do, I climb the back, and I keep a ladder underneath the mattress.
okay. And so it comes in a nice barricade to keep it from debriding anything in the mattress.
Yeah, exactly. I always keep my ladder under the mattress because if you're camping or no matter what, sooner or later your bag's gonna get dirty.
Right.
Then you don't want to throw it on top of your bed.
Makes sense.
So, and speaking of that, that's one thing that's really great about these tents also. You have 6 inches of room when it closes, so you can keep your sleeping bags, pillows, all that can stay right in there.
Nice. I noticed that you have your windows open here.
Yes.
That's obviously for a reason, right? Because they have a bit of a bellows going.
Yes, if
just going up and down.
right, when you go to close it, if you don't have your windows at least halfway open, it's like trying to smush a balloon.
Yeah.
your material is going to come out, and it's going to be a lot more tucked and a lot harder to get it.
Absolutely.
So if you keep them open, it'll allow air to escape. And if you notice also this elastic that's sewn in the material,
It's going to draw the material
draws
in
it,
as you
yes,
lower. So it's a really nice feature. Yeah. Very cool.
for you.
Cool. So we have pieces, hook and points and ladders on both sides of the tent for a side-to-side opening. That's going to be a nice way to get in and out, whether you have it deployed driver's side or passenger side.
Passenger side, exactly.
Cool. We'll take a look. Now, what are you popping up right now, Craig? What's the method on that?
Now what I did there was the struts. I locked the struts in. That'll keep it from being able, that'll help it with the wind resistance, of course, for the 75-mile-an-hour winds. And it tightens everything up.
So they sort of hyperextend out to keep the walls good.
Yeah.
Nice.
What that looks like, it's like a knee in there.
Yeah.
So what you do, you just pop it, hyperextend it, lock it in place.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about the material we're using on the sides of this tent, how it's affixed to the top and bottom of this pop-up setup.
If you can tell how this material has a little bit of a shine to it, what that is there's 6 layers of aluminum embedded right into that fabric.
Wow.
So what that does then, it gives you complete UV protection and 100% waterproof. So that's that's one of the things that James Baroud is the only company that has this material, has the rights to this material. So that makes it really a great thing.
So it's kind of giving a little reflection off of the UV that's coming in. It's also
Right.
a little more durable because it's a metal fiber as opposed to just canvas.
Canvas, exactly. Yes.
And we have a netting mesh around here that's going to become our
Right.
sort of bug proof area.
Yep.
We unzip that
Yes.
storm window.
You can go, when we go in there, you'll see we can unzip all these sides on the box style tents, so you'll get 360-degree view. So, if you want to, you're sleeping in the morning, you get up and you open everything up, and you can see the sunrise, or at nighttime, see the moon, whatever you want to do. So you have complete view all the way around. You're not limited to just looking out the window.
One thing I noticed immediately I just want to call out is we have these pieces that come out past the zipper. So we have a nice piece here that overlaps it. It's going to keep air and sort of insulation out of that zipper area. That zipper can be one point where either water can come in, wind can come in. So this is a nice. It's almost like your Gore-Tex jacket, how it has the little overfold there. And that's what keeps us dry. We also have a nice piece here that comes up over, almost like an awning, but it's sort of more integrated, so you don't have to deploy it. It has a piece of banding inside here that's keeping this all in sort of a taut formation, and that's obviously going to help the rain and water coming off of this roof to shed down and around.
Exactly.
And as we open this up, I also noticed that. You have a bit of a gusseting in here where the storm wind is on the inside, so that if you have rain on the mesh, the rain is going to shed outside and away from the tent. So that's another thing that people worry about when they're camping at night and they want to keep the vents open.
Exactly.
So it's a very nice feature there as well. So let's hop inside here. And I want to look at a couple of little features like the mattress and other items. Let's open on this side. We have the same opening on the other side as well. Just show me how you deploy that particular guy to open that up for ingress. We'll get going with that.
You can just flip it up if you wanted to and climb in, or you have the option of rolling it up.
Cool, it looks like we have some loops that we can use to hook in there.
Velcro right there, so that way you have nice entrance without having to worry about getting stuck in the door.
All right, so we're going to reposition a little bit to be able to see inside this guy. So we're going to just pause real quick and then we set over there.
Okay.
Cool. So Craig, we're up in the Evasion here. It seems really comfortable. I can sit up in an upright position. So if I'm reading a book or hanging out in the rain, I feel pretty comfortable that I could be up here for a long period of time. I'm noticing some different things. First of all, this mattress is really comfortable.
Yes.
And it has a nice little extension, so it goes all the way around to the edges. I noticed that these are the joints that you're talking about.
Right.
Where we actually have, it almost feels like a knee joint, where it's sort of hyper-extended out.
Yes.
So it's pushing out against the corners there. And this is going to help stay up. You said they test these in high winds as well?
Yes, they tested the 75-mile-an-hour winds.
75-mile-an-hour winds. That's pretty much as high winds as I ever want to be out in a rooftop tent.
Yeah, if you're 75
So
mile
definitely.
winds, it's,
Cool. I also noticed that these corners seem to open up. How's this work here?
Yeah, you just zip them down.
So these are really cool. You have almost like a 360 view.
Yeah.
So these zip down,
Zip and come down.
and we have, which is really nice. We have windows in the corners as opposed to just the thing. So
Just the right, yeah, because you all the way around. So like I said, you have 360-degree view.
Nice.
When you unzip all of those.
and we have a light, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
This light here, is this battery powered or how's this
That
work?
there is, you can charge that in your vehicle. The charger comes with it.
Oh wow, yeah, I can
Just
see
plug
there's a
that in.
USB port.
Yep, USB.
Nice.
port.
And we have two different functions on this. We have like a little night light,
Mm-hmm.
so you can get in without really disturbing people or laying down
Yeah.
sleeping. Or you have more of a scene light where if you need to actually get a reading light or something, and it's all integrated right here, so you don't have to worry about it. You also have a nice little piece of netting here. I do this in my tent all the time where I'll throw my phone up here or something like that, things out of the way that I don't want to have to be rolling over on in the middle of the night. That's really cool. I noticed that on the top and the bottom here, we have these hook end points for the camper. And guys, you can see this right here, how this tent, it actually runs on a track system that folds outside the outside of the actual fiberglass and then rivets in. So all the tent material here is all going to shed on the exterior of the tent. That's a really nice feature, and it looks like it's very well built with a lot of cross stitching here, like almost like a Cordura type of stitch pattern on that. So it's going to be very durable over time.
One of the good things too about, we were talking about the fabric before is, tents have a tendency to, if you rubbed up against them during the rain, the water would come through.
Yeah.
This, you have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, if it's raining real hard and you hit the side of the tent, you're not gonna have to worry about any water seeping through, like I said, because of the aluminum that's embedded right into it.
And definitely there are a lot of places where you can keep air flowing and keep condensation under control, because of course we breathe a lot of condensation
Right.
when we're sleeping. And this also has some nice insulation on the roof, I can see.
Yep.
We have a nice insulated layer here that's also sort of conformed, like I guess the foam and all that is formed into the roof
Right into the
very
fabric.
nicely. And we have a fan up here. Can you tell us a little bit about this fan and how this works?
That's solar powered fan. It'll run for 24 hours on a charge. One of the great things about it is it's going to keep the air circulating. So like you were just talking about before with the condensation, it really helps keep condensation down. It's one of the great things about James Baroud tents is their condensation lack of.
Control, yeah.
Yes, it's well thought out because this material is very breathable. And again, with that fan, it really keeps your condensation to a very
And that's where
minimal.
those little vents on the side seem to come into play, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
how do those work when you're popped up or popped down? Those are located on the top
On
here?
the top here, yes.
Nice.
Up in here in this corner, yes.
Right,
Both
so you can see
corners.
we got these corners.
And that just circulates through there, so that'll help air,
So this is a bit
ventilate through.
breathable in here. it
Yeah, it's
seems.
breathable.
Nice. Cool. And then the base, obviously, you got the fiberglass base underneath. And you
Right.
can see that, and we can see the bolted in places where the extrusion bolts in. This frame comes all the way across as well. You can see down here, we have the framing of the four legs goes all the way across the bottom, kind of bracing and reinforcing the side to side
exactly.
of
It gives
the
you a lot more
fiberglass shell.
reinforcement, and you pop one leg or close one leg, it's going to do the other one at the same time.
And we have these aluminum extrusions here as well all on the outside of the tent. That's also stiffening that fiberglass. Seems to be built in a very durable and pretty well thought out way.
Yeah. If you notice also this Velcro up top here, that is for another option. You can get an insulation kit
Okay,
that you can actually put inside the tent. It'll Velcro right in here.
nice.
And it's cut where they'll have the doors. They'll cover the doors, but you can always just move it because that's Velcroed also, so you can get in and out and leave your insulation kit in there.
So they would be somewhat specific to the camper, so that
Yeah,
you have
each
the door
one,
in the right
yes.
location.
Yep.
That's really cool. Four-wheel campers, we do the same thing where we have a thermal pack that we put in, and in the summer and in the winter, sometimes we keep those in.
Yeah.
Because it'll keep some of the greenhouse effect out in the
Yep.
summer, and it'll also keep the heat in the winter.
Yep.
And your body heat, obviously, is the biggest thing with the rooftop tent. So. Well, this is awesome, Craig. I really appreciate you showing me this rooftop tent. And guys, you can certainly find these James Baroud rooftop tents on our website, mainlineoverland.com, and our James Baroud Collection. We have every tent that they have on that website, and we have a lot of tents in stock. So you can visit us at Mainline Overland in Pennsylvania or in our Bow, New Hampshire location. Check out James Baroud tents in person and shop for your tent.